Welcome to Telling Stories, where we uncover the best movies and series. These horror series on Amazon Prime are so terrifying you'll be checking under your bed every night. Dare to watch them alone? Stick around, because number 1 will leave you screaming for more. Hey horror fans, it's 2025, and Amazon Prime is loaded with bone-chilling series that'll haunt your dreams. Today, we're counting down the top 10 horror series on Amazon Prime you absolutely can't miss. Let's dive into the terror. Starting at number 10, we have Swarm. This psychological horror follows Dre, an obsessed fan of a pop star who spirals into a killing spree to defend her idol. Created by Donald Glover, it's a dark satire of fandom culture with shocking twists. A scene where Dre unleashes her rage at a concert will leave you stunned. This one's a bloody, unhinged ride. Let's jump to number 9.
Evil people at that school.
I exploded his...
At number 9, it's Gen V, a spin-off of The Boys. This gory series follows young superheroes at Godolphin University, where dark experiments and deadly rivalries unfold. It's packed with shocking twists and brutal violence that'll make you squirm. A scene where a student's powers go haywire in a dorm will have you on edge. This is superhero horror at its bloodiest. On to number 8.
Oh my God.
There's no radios, there's no phones, there's fog, these shakes. What is going on out here?
Clean up. We're listening now.
At number 8, we have The Rig. This supernatural thriller follows a crew on an oil rig off Scotland's coast, trapped by a mysterious fog and ancient creatures. Starring Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones, it blends eco-horror with claustrophobic tension. A chilling moment where a crew member faces a glowing entity in the fog will haunt you. This one's a slow burn nightmare. Here's number 7. At number 7, it's Hannibal. This psychological horror series reimagines the iconic Hannibal Lecter, played by Mads Mikkelsen, as a cannibalistic psychiatrist working with the FBI. The show's stunning visuals and twisted mind games will leave you unsettled. A dinner scene where Hannibal serves a very special meal will make your stomach turn. This one's a gory masterpiece. Let's see number 6.
It's impossible to explain this relationship to anyone outside of it.
Where do you come from? Is capitalism very bad?
They're both brilliant, they're both liabilities.
We are extraordinary.
At number 6, we have Dead Ringers. This modern remake follows twin gynecologists, both played by Rachel Weisz, whose obsession with their work leads to drugs, madness, and horror. It's a body horror thriller that dives deep into identity and ethics. A gruesome surgery scene where their boundaries blur will leave you horrified. This one's a twisted, bloody gem. We're halfway through. Here's number 5.
Frankly, I think you've forgotten what I am.
Nevermore, 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 nevermore.
At number 5, it's The Fall of the House of Usher. From horror master Mike Flanagan, this series follows the Usher family as their pharmaceutical empire unravels with supernatural deaths. Each episode, inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, delivers a new gruesome fate. A shocking death involving a masked party will leave you speechless. This one's a Gothic horror triumph. On to number 4. At number 4, we have From. This series follows a family trapped in a mysterious town where night brings deadly creatures that mimic humans. Starring Harold Perrineau, it's a mix of survival horror and psychological dread. A night scene where a creature tricks a resident into opening the door will chill you to the bone. This one's a fan-favorite nightmare. Here's number 3. At number 3, it's The Boys. This dark superhero series doubles as horror with its gory violence and twisted soups. A group of vigilantes takes on corrupt superheroes, led by the terrifying Homelander. A scene where a soup's powers cause a bloody massacre will shock you to your core. With Season 5 coming in 2025, this is a must-watch. We're almost at number 1. Here's number 2. The runner-up at number 2 is American Horror Story. This anthology series delivers a new, terrifying tale each season, from haunted houses to covens of witches and sinister hotels. With a rotating cast including Evan Peters and Sarah Paulson, it's a roller coaster of gore and suspense. A petrifying scene in Freak Show where a clown stalks his victim will haunt your nightmares. This series is a horror icon. Here's the horror series you can't miss. The number 1 horror series on Amazon Prime in 2025 is The Bondsman. Premiering April 3rd, this new series stars Kevin Bacon as Hub Halloran, a resurrected bounty hunter whose job now has a demonic twist. It blends horror with dark humor as Hub battles hellish forces while chasing his musical dreams. A bone-chilling scene where a demon crashes his comeback gig will leave you stunned. This one's a fiery, unmissable thrill. That's our top 10 horror series on Amazon Prime you can't miss in 2025. Which one are you brave enough to binge tonight? Comment below, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more horror and sci-fi lists. Click here for sci-fi thrills or check out our last video. Subscribe now.